Generational Hero back again on the intellectual, intriguing, international platform known as YouTube. And today we're going to be talking about a very special topic that I've been wanting to talk about for a very, very long time, and that is dreams, and how dreams are more than just dreams. But before I go into full detail about it, I would like to give a shout out to one of my favorite TV shows ever, and that is Community, specifically the episode Remedial Chaos Theory, and how this episode can correlate to my theory, my own personal theory about dreams. Now, for those who don't know which episode I'm talking about, this episode can be found in Season 3, Episode 4, and it's titled, once again, Remedial Chaos Theory. But for short, I'll be saying it as RCT. Now, the premise of RCT is Abed imagines 7 different timelines of how the group is affected when one of the members gets their dice rolled to go get the pizza. And each of these outcomes are vastly, vastly different. Now, this episode correlates with my ideas of dreams, since our minds are capable of dreaming so many different things, such as people, places, locations, even outcomes of things that happened in our past. And the amount of detail, the amount of really intricate detail that you're able to see in these dreams, even the fact that you're able to dream of random people you thought of for like a mere second, is a showcase of how expansive our minds can be. Which now leads me to my alternate dimension idea of when we lay down during the sleeping process and resting our brains, we unlock different visions of life. For example, certain people we haven't seen in years showing up in your dreams, like I mentioned earlier, of how we can think of someone for like a mere second and then they pop up out of nowhere. And our ability to see and create mashed up locations together. For example, these locations could be me going to my favorite beach or to my elementary school. Even though that these locations are hours away, they're mere walking distance in my dreams, which is incredible to think of, and which may be that these locations were close together in an alternate reality. But I do not think that alternate dimensions are the only thing that dreams have to offer. They can offer a couple more things, such as visions and premonitions of the future, and even reflections of your worst fears and nightmares. And for these examples that I listed, I'll be using Twin Peaks and Sopranos to further illustrate my example. Starting off with Twin Peaks, I would like to mention the character Agent Cooper and his experiences with dreams, and how his dreams literally led to a case being solved that couldn't be solved for 2 years, but because of his dreams and premonitions, he was able to solve the case. And including in his dreams, he was able to see the Red Rooms, which would be an active part later in the series finale of the original Twin Peaks area. Now, moving on to The Sopranos, which is widely renowned for being an Italian mobster slash gangster show. It's also widely renowned for its dream sequences, specifically involving Tony Soprano. Now, in Tony's dreams, he was able to find out that his close friend and ally, Puss Popincero, was an informant for the FBI, and also the haunting image of Livia in his dreams was a reflection of his fears with his mother. And the imagery of seeing his mother in that shadowy-esque figure was a representation of the relationship they had with each other and how daunting the relationship seemed between one another. Now, with the television examples being done, I would personally like to share an example of when I was able to kind of tell the future. So I have this friend, and I was friends with her all my life. Next door neighbor. Every year she would have parties, and it was a fun time. And she had this friend group, a very tight-knit friend group that are still friends today, actually. But this was a dream back in July of 2024. And I always thought about how cool their parties were, because I haven't been to one of them in a while, but that doesn't really matter for this case. The point is that I saw that entire friend group in my dream, and they were knocking at my front door. I forgot what for exactly, but they were there regardless. So it was strange to me when I woke up, and the next day, all of those people that knocked on my door were next door, randomly out of nowhere. And I honestly didn't know what to think, because I was pretty scared that I was able to accurately predict that all of them were there, but I had no idea, absolutely none, that they would be next door on that day. So it was kind of weird of me to see them knocking at my door and then them being there the next day without me knowing that they were going to be there. Like, that was pretty strange to me. I'm not even going to lie. And that dream and how much of a mental impact it had on my conscious is what led me to make this video today. And I'd like to end it off with a question. What do you personally make your dreams out to be?